Do you see some
What are we talking
politicians that
about?
are particularly ego-driven more than others?
I mean, I'm triggered by living in Victoria, so Andrews is
You see a lot of ego there compared to others?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't see it as much with Gladys, if I'm comparing premiers.
Okay.
I felt she was more matter of fact. I didn't feel there was like with Andrews, it seems like there's a venom or it's personal. Everything's personal if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, particularly through the pandemic, whereas I didn't feel it was as personal.
He perhaps he might be living with an externalised worth structure, identity structure.
Absolutely. His identity is, as this sort of premier, this sort of leader perhaps. The more extreme someone is, usually the more entrenched, or the more unconscious they are, or entrenched in their ego.
And the end for people like that, of him or anyone else, when they're so into ego, like pathologically what we've been talking about, how do those people end? In a crash?
Well, I mean, it's health, right? I mean, he doesn't look particularly healthy, I would argue, at the moment.
The body manifests.
Yeah, it manifests in the body because we can only sustain that because it's living in a perpetual state of stress, having to control everything around me. It's a hard job. It's a lot of energy.
People who are so externalized in their ego, there must be a psychological snap when eventually things don't pan out.
Well, I don't think it necessarily has to be a snap, but you look at, say, Kevin Rudd, Julia Gillard.
She seems a lot more healthy than him.
Yeah, she's maybe made peace with what she's done or accepted. She resigned from politics, didn't re-enter. So they both obviously have strong convictions.
Yes.
And I'm sure they're both in ego in different ways, but maybe then she's been able to compartmentalise and let go. And whereas he, you just look at the two of them, you can see the disease, disease or dis-ease in them is completely different.